All right, this headliner comes to the stage. He's such an asshole. He wanted me to read this paper. He's such an ego's asshole. All right. He is a finalist in LA's funniest comedy competition at the Improv, a nominee in the LA Comedy Awards, a winner on the Extreme Gong Show on the Game Show Network, a regular at the Comedy Store, and has appeared on HBO, A&E, ABC, NBC, America's Funniest People, and Comedy Central. And ladies, you're gonna love this. He's a male stripper. Yeah, please welcome Perry Kurtz, guys. Show him some love, give him some love. Yeah, show him some love. Come on. Yeah.
I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, sis. So yo, I hope you're ready for me. I got around. I'm a little cool, my sound way down by the underground. So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty. I'm a Humpty. Your name is Humpty. I'm on the right in the top 10. Here's the line of Humpty. So it's Humpty. You're gonna fall when the stereo's Humpty. I like to rhyme. I like to get funky. I'm lucky. I'm sick with this. Straight gangster man. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'm a little body crackers and you make a rich. I don't fuck with it. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I got busy in a Burger King bathroom. I'm crazy. I love me to amaze me. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't fake me. I'm still getting in the girl bands, and I even got my own dad. That's not people say you're Humpty, you're really funny out here. That's alright, cause I get pretty stripping. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to get the but you can't get it me. I'm getting bored, see you on the plane, I'll be all the grand lady for me. But yes, ladies, I'm getting big to see it, cause in the 69, Humpty nose will tickle your rib. My nose is big. I'm not ashamed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Did I scare you? Is that what happened? Well, give yourselves a round of applause. Let's hear for you guys for being here. Let's hear for you being here tonight. And how about a round of applause for Carol, Carl, and Greg getting you guys started. Let's hear for the two of them. Well, I should clear things up. First of all, I'm not Larry King's retarded cousin. I'm also not Billie Jean King. And I've never worked for Keebler. And if you get that joke, fuck you. My name is Perry Kurtz. That's P-E-R-R-Y. Perry like as in Katy Perry. Thank you. Obviously, you just like to scream all the time, don't you? We're going to get along fine. The room's here is soundproof. And, well, thank you for the groan. That was good. I'm putting it on you. She's groaning for you. This is terrific. We'll bring her in the room. She'll hold the camera. And as you heard, I am an ex-male stripper, and I'll tell you when it's a fucking joke. And well, I mean, why else would a guy who looks like me be able to do? There's no real reason. Actually, what happened? I moved from Philadelphia to San Francisco in 1979, because in those days, there were 5 comedy clubs, and you could get up on stage every night. The only way to learn this business is to get up and practice it. You can't go home and tell jokes to a mirror, because there's nothing there except you. I mean, you'll give yourself after about 5 minutes, go, fuck this shit. So, I went there, and the first job I got was emceeing a male strip show in San Francisco for women. I have to say for women, because it was San Francisco, and there are a lot of guys there that are, let's just say, extremely happy, if you know what I mean. All right, follow me here? We're talking about guys that are very nice, friendly people, guys that will bend over forwards for you. But it was great working to women every night. The room held 350 women, and I'm up there in a tuxedo, and they're screaming and yelling, and one night some women started yelling, take it off. and they were blind, but I realize that women do look at men differently than men look at women. Men look at women and we decide based on the way you look, one physical feature, we decide we want to have sex with. It could be your hair, your nose, your lips, your teeth, your ears, your feet, your ankles, your breasts. It could be an eyebrow, it doesn't matter. Because that's the way guys are. Whereas women are smarter than men. Women will at least walk up to a man and say, "Can you talk?" Because they figure if he can talk, he can probably move his mouth, and for some women that's very important. And usually they will applaud and say yes, so they're the ones I'm looking at right now. This is great. I walked in here and I saw all these women back here. It's like a buffet. I don't know what I want to eat first. This is amazing. This is great. Yeah, so I became a stripper. I started dancing around, and one of the girls on the street went out and bought me a G-string. I don't know if you know what a G-string is. How many people here have ever worn G-strings? Ladies? A couple of guys? You guys? No, that's good. You just twice? All right, good. What'd you do, put on two at once to make it look bigger? That's what I do. Well, if you don't know what a G-string is, basically it's a little piece of material. Well, in my case, a big piece of material. And I'll tell you when it's a fucking joke. And there's an elastic band that goes around the back, and there's another 2 elastic bands that go up between your legs up the crack of your butt. And this is not as comfortable as it sounds, because I found that when I walked up the steps, it would pull the hairs out of my ass. I just don't like pain in that part of my body. You know, my eyes water after a good dump. Maybe I shouldn't have said that one, but enjoy the nachos. So, I went to one of the female strippers on the street, and I said, "What do I do about the pain?" She said, "Well, you got a couple choices. Number one, you can shave the hairs." I get this image of me standing there with a razor trying to get that right. That's not working. She says, "Or you can wax them." Now I have an image of me standing there with a lit candle going up and down. That's not working either. She says, "Or you can use something like Nair." Now you hear the reaction from the women, the whole table. They all say, "See, guys, Nair is one of these products that women do for us. They don't really do it so much for themselves. They do it for us because we're pieces of shit. That's why." And they do it to make us happy. The way it works, it's a chemical thing. You put it on, and your hair follicles basically go. I mean, the hair will fly out so fast it's like shrapnel. You can put up posters with this shit. But it burns. It's not comfortable. And I'll tell you, the pain and discomfort of using that in that part of my body is nothing compared to the embarrassment of buying Nair in a convenience store in San Francisco. I'm in line, there's a guy behind me in a pink jumpsuit going, "Can I rub that on for you?" "No, please don't touch me. Thank you so much." So I did that for a while, had a great time. I actually got hired once to strip completely naked at a lady's birthday party. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was $500. It was up on a hill overlooking San Francisco, outside a patio, and it was all beautiful rich women. And I'm running around, and I stripped down, and I'm running around the party completely naked. And these women, I mean, that's the thing. Women are so supportive. These women were great. They were really very supportive. And they were touching me. Okay, they were touching me. Let's just say that they took a taste of the fun. Let's just put it like that. Okay. And then I go up to this one woman, and she says, "I'd like to tip you." And I go, "Well, I really don't have any money." And she goes, "Oh, I like this. This is nice." And I said, "Thank you. I made it for you." And she goes, "Well, I want to tip you." I said, "I really have no place to put the money." She goes, "Oh, well, don't move. I think I can help you out." I said, "What are you talking about?" She says, "Just stand still." She takes out a dollar bill, and she folds it and goes. There you go. So there I am, completely naked, standing there with dollar bills on my penis. So I'm running around the party with like $1 million on my dick. In $1 million bills. And I went up to this one lady, and she thought she was funny. She thought she was cute. She lined them up and went, "Whee!" Treated my penis like a propeller. Not realizing this is the one place on a man's body where he does not want or need a paper cut. And trust me, when it's down there, it doesn't go away easily because you're always checking it. That's it. Oh, ow, that hurts. So I did that for a while, but I stopped because in 1984, AIDS came out. And, you know, you had to start using condoms. Anybody remember before AIDS when you could touch a vagina and not die? Anybody remember those days? The good old days, yeah. Now you got to use condoms. I wear them all the time. I got one on right now. It's kind of neat because when I walk, it slides up and down, and it feels like I'm never alone.
Oh my God.
That's why I smile while I'm pacing. You don't want to see me run in place. Well, you do, but the rest, I don't know. Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. First of all, I'm different than most of the comics you see. I have been married. Wait a minute, where are you going? You going to pee? Go ahead, we'll wait for you. They still have the microphone over the urinal. Can you flip that on? I guess he'll be back real soon. No, I don't want him to go get him, because if he's there and the guy goes, "I'm coming to get you," then, you know, you guys aren't gay, are you? No, you're sure, all right. Just him, the one in the bathroom, he's in there. Yeah. Well, no, he is. If he comes out and his knees are wet, that's a sign right there. And he holds cash. I have some money. He'll be back real soon. There he is, all right. Could you hear us? No, because we could hear you. You really had to pee bad, obviously. That's good. Real quick, I want to plug the waitresses here. Please be generous to the waitresses. Help them out. Be nice, be kind. They take 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, $100 bills, joints, quarters, halves, and whole grams. Anything you don't need. Please not be nice to them because I'm trying to fuck them. So, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to a waitress. Yeah, I'm a liar. You're right, I would. But, well, you know the old saying, once you go black, you never go back. My saying is, once you go Jew, you buy something new. And the ladies like that. So as I said, different from most of the comics, I was married to the same woman for 22 years in a row, living in Los Angeles, 22 years with the same woman. And generally when I say that, people will applaud, and it's usually women, and I can't tell if they're happy for me or just glad I'm off the fucking street. I really don't know. But I met my wife online in the old days before there were pictures, when no graphics, it was just letters popped up, and it was real slow. It was so slow that you had to watch the letter actually develop on the screen, like an article. You know, you had time to shower, come back and drip dry. It was that slow. But I've done that a lot, and I've met a lot of women online, and I figured I wasn't going to meet her, because you generally don't. So I lied. I said I'm 7'5", blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm so well endowed, I'm not even using my fingers to type. Then I hit 3 keys at once. She types back, "I'll bet you're a fat little Jew." I'm looking for Ashton Kutcher to see if I'm being punked or what, you know. So she drives out to my house. She came in. We were in bed in like 10 minutes, spent the night together, and I fell in love because she has a magic trick. She can do this. Are you following me? You ladies know what I'm talking about. The guys. Okay, ladies have a muscle called the Kegel muscle, and it's the inside the, you know, the yoo-hoo. And if you learn how to control it, you can do this. It's like the milking motion. And I fell in love because I could have sex without moving. And again, I'm a man, so I'm a lazy piece of shit. So we fell in love. We spent like 6 months together almost every night. And then she takes me out to her house out in the valley. And I walk in, there's a guy sitting there, and there's 3 kids running around. I said, who are these people? She goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. I have children." All of a sudden I hear, which is me getting my ass up off the couch and running out the door. Because guys, do not want to be involved with women with children. You know, they say they have baggage. You know, my wife owns fucking Samsonite. I swear to God, she had 3 kids. And so I said to them, all right, move in. These kids do not have a father. I will be the father. And we, all 4 of us, got married at the same time. All 4 of them and me and the kids all at once. And I said I was going to raise them and dedicate, and I did that. Now they're all good kids. They're 28, 26, and 22, and none of them drink. They don't do drugs. None of them have been in jail. None of them are pregnant. And that's more than enough about those kids. So the thing is, about 8 years ago, my wife takes me in the bedroom and says something to me which freaked me out. She says, I have to tell you this, and I don't know if you're going to like it or not. I said, what? She says, I'm pregnant. And I looked at her and I said, any idea who the father is?
Oh my God.
Yeah, she didn't laugh either. And she looked at me, she says, well, you know, I'm 5 weeks late. I said, can you take a 5-week after pill? She said, it doesn't work like that. Because, see, I didn't want to have children. I had raised her kids, and I did so many drugs when I was younger. I thought I would give birth to the Minotaur, you know, with horns and hooves and 3 eyes and an extra arm hanging out of the back. So I really didn't want to have kids, and I was very surprised that I even got her pregnant, because at that age, I was pretty old. I mean, I didn't think I had anything left inside of me except dust. Really, when I masturbate, nothing but air comes out. It's just little, you know, that's all there is. Okay, not to turn the ceiling fan, but I could not believe that I got her pregnant. And she was on the pill. I got her pregnant on the pill, so obviously I have a very large ego. Now, I wasn't going to say my penis. My penis is only 3 inches, but most women don't like it that thick, so I don't usually mention it. So she got bigger, and her breasts got bigger, and that was the issue. My wife has got gigantic breasts. Her breasts are so big she will bend over a table and dust without wanting to. Her breasts are so big there are smaller breasts orbiting around them. They're so big there are actually 2 comedians in Los Angeles doing jokes about how big my wife's breasts are. And I love them because I'm like every other man in the world. I think everybody, every woman in the world, every man in the world, we all look at big titties. I don't care who you are, you stare at them when they go by. And guys lie all the time. Oh, honey, I don't care that you don't have big breasts. They're full of shit. Because you could be married to a man for 2 minutes, as you walk out of the church, a woman with large breasts will walk by, his head will spin around and stare at him. And that's all he'll see. You can even say, didn't she have nice eyes? He'll go, eyes? Did she have eyes? She had big hooters. And the reason we look at big titties all the time is because the first meal we get comes from a titty 6 to 7 times the size of our head. You grow up thinking that's the way it's supposed to be. And my wife's breasts are gigantic. They're size 45 triple G's. They're called triple G's because when you see them, you go, geez, those are big titties. But I met her 22 years ago, and 22 years ago they were great. They stood out to here. Now she's 46. When she sits, they sit right on her legs. They look like big old water balloons down there. But they're okay. But I remember about 1.5 years ago, we were having sex, and I was on the bottom, and she's rocking back and forth, and I open my eyes, and I see one of them come flying at my head. Knocked me the fuck out. I wake up 10 minutes later, she's laying on her side smoking a joint. You're actually good in your sleep. And I had a revelation that every man dreams of. I can have sex without being awake. Isn't that great that if you're laying there with your wife or your girlfriend, she wakes you up, honey, let's do it. You just say, wake him up, let me know when you're done. So we broke up about 1.5 years ago. Now I'm single. I'm out single, so you single ladies. Well, I got a woo, that's good. And 2 woos. And if there's any women here that are thinking about gay, I think I'm pretty much the impulse for you to jump the fence right there. Because I know I'm not the most masculine looking guy. I was in a bar in Los Angeles, and this large woman walked up to me. It looked like Michael Moore. I swear to God. And she walks up to me, and she says, I've never seen you here before. And I said, I've never been here before. She goes, oh, you're a man. And I went, I didn't know how to react. Do I apologize? Do I be proud of it? My friend said, you should have kept your mouth shut. I go, no, it's my luck. I'll go home. She'll pull her pants down. She'll go, now you eat this, you know, and it's going to look like a fist, you know, with the hand coming out. I said, no, thank you. Because now I'm getting older. Now I'm getting older. I happen to be 61 years old. Is that unbelievable? Looking at me, 61 years old. Is that amazing? I can't believe it either. And the best thing is now, because of my wife and little Willie here, I have a beautiful 7-year-old daughter named Bella. And I know she's beautiful. I'm not like, well, every father, every mother thinks their kid's beautiful. But I take her out with me all the time because she attracts women. And I take her out, and I've had so many women come up and say, your daughter is so pretty. Your wife must be stunning. Give me a little credit. I was there, okay? Maybe only 10 seconds, but give me some credit. So now she does stand-up comedy with me, and she's a little smart-ass. She's great. We were in a club, and it was a karaoke bar, and somebody was singing, and somebody got on stage, and somebody yelled, you really stink, and my daughter goes up there, and she goes, hey, mister, WTF? And I said, do you know what that means? She goes, hey, I'm not stupid, I'm in 3rd grade. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask that question. But she is the best thing in my life. Anybody here have children? Yeah. Anybody here have parents? Anybody here need some salt and pepper right now? Oh, you guys are going to eat? You're going to eat during my show? You got some fucking balls, lady. What you doing? They're probably his. He's just watching you put the salt on there. He's going to have a little beer. Go have it. Sit. Don't spit it. Don't dribble. All right. Well, she is just decorating the shit out of that. You like it spicy, don't you? Good. Why are you with this loser? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. You got one of 3 things. Either you got a great personality, a big dick, or lots of cash. All of the above. Hey, we got a winner. But that's it. Women will tell you size is not important to them unless you got a tiny bank account. Then fuck you. You know, a lot of guys get up, they talk about how big their dicks are. I go the opposite direction. I say I have the normal 14 inches, like all the other guys who write in the Penthouse and Playboy magazine. Do you ever read those letters? I have the normal 14 inches of manhood, and I can't find anyone to accommodate me. What should I do? And they write back things like, buy a horse and get a vacuum cleaner. Here's why they have 14 inches. Very simple. They measure from the asshole. So theoretically, a guy could be as big as he wants, depending upon how big an asshole he really is. I knew you'd agree with me. Yeah. So, things are always weird in my life. I live in Los Angeles. I'm up here in the Northwest, my first tour in many, many years. And I got to tell you, this is the best part of the tour, to be able to get up on stage and have a woman in a red vest go over and hug one of her friends and then leave the room right there. You out of here? Oh, good. All right. I'll wait for you. Yeah. So my life has always been weird. I have a video out right now, which was not mentioned. I want you to look up. It is called Drinking Beer and Smoking Cigarettes. It's on YouTube. I don't do either of the things. It came out February 6th. It's got 1.4 million views. Yeah. Unbelievable. I never thought I would be 61 years old and have that. I knew I'd be on television. You know, I've been writing for The Tonight Show for years. I've been on HBO, NBC, all these other shows. You know, I was a male stripper, but I never, ever, ever imagined I would have a video with over 1 million viewers. And what's really weird is I've only met 6 people who have seen it. And every time they walk up to me, it's always like, hey, you're the beer and cigarettes guy. And I always do the same thing. Yeah, why? Because I did this rap song, which I'm going to do to close for you. And this guy named John LaJoie song, I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's got a video called Show Me Your Genitals. Have you seen that? 50 million views. Got to look him up, too. And now he's going to go pee. I love the way he turned into a hunchback. That was good. Look, he showed you his back. Did you see that?
I tried.
Yeah, she's moistening right now. So, careful, you're going to slide right off the chair. You'll bang your head. We'll have another fucking lawsuit. But I love my life. I've been doing comedy since 1974. This is all I know. I couldn't get a job if I wanted. I travel. I'm in the deep south. I'm in the northwest. I like the south, actually. People are very friendly down in the south. But there's a lot of inbreeding. A lot of inbreeding. I've met people who are their own parents.
Oh my God.
You ever hear the way they talk in the south? Like, hi, how are you? Where are you going? What's up? They all talk slow, they walk slow, they drive slow because they know they live in hell. There is no reason to hurry to go anywhere. So I travel, and I do have another video. In fact, I'm going to show that to you. I don't know if you guys remember a show called Love Connection. Remember that show? I was on there in its early years. What it is, they fix you up on a date by showing somebody a videotape of you. If they like you, you go on a date. Then they ask you questions. You come on the show after the date and tell what happened. Now, they do help you out. They give you $75 to go on a date. Now, I'm thinking, wow, you buy the drugs, you can't afford a Big Mac. But I went, and I drove my motorcycle. I used to have a motorcycle called the Pericycle. It was a Kawasaki 650. It had a windshield, a trunk, and on the trunk it said Pericycle to tell people it's my bike. And I actually had people pull up next to me in their cars. Hey, what's a Pericycle? It's mine. What are you, a comedian? Yes, I am. Well, fuck you! You know, you'd be proud of something, they put you down for it. So I was on the show. What we're going to do, we're going to put this up here on the one screen. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it over there. You might have to move. It's only 5 minutes long. It's real quick. So if you can just pop that in there, and hopefully everything's going to work well. And how about a round of applause for our DJ? She's going to be back here later. We're going to be doing karaoke. Are you going to come around for karaoke? Girls going to stick around for that? Oh, yeah. I love the way you said that. Oh, yeah.
Very white.
I'm very white. She just sounds very white. You're very white. Oh, yes, motherfucker. All right, here we go.
She wants men to know that she really isn't what she appears to be. Please welcome Shoshana Research. The audience was recorded yesterday. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But now Shoshana is going to tell us who she chose.
I chose Perry.
Chose Perry.
WTF? Love connection? WTF? Yeah, love connection? Yeah. Oh, dude, I gotta YouTube that right now. Okay.
Listen to her.
Oh, you're Perry!
That's technological. Is it? You don't think it's going to work? Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I know. Wasn't I cute? And now I'm a turd on a stick. Thank you. You're so cute. All right. It doesn't look like it's going to work. I'll just have to tell you what happened. All right. Here's the bottom line. You can look it up. It's on YouTube. Bottom line is, I came out. She picked me. And Chuck said things like, well, what'd you think of the way she looked? And I actually said this. Well, she told me on the phone that she was kind of busty, and I said, I could handle that. They left that on the air. And then at one point, he said to her, so what happened? She said, well, we were sitting by the docks, and it was kind of foggy, and we started kissing. It got a little heavy, and I said, a little heavy. The SEALs were applauding. And Chuck spit into his microphone. Yeah, so what happened basically, we spent the night together. We went to a hotel, and she was a little weird, a little kinky. I remember we were going at it, and there was like smoke in the room, a piece of skin flying around, and I'll tell you when it's a fucking joke. And you ever been in bed with somebody, and you're really in it, and you're in the moment, and you're really serious, there's no jokes, there's no smiles, and they say something, and you just lose it? She said, screw me to the floor. And I'm going, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm screwing you to the floor. Wait, let me get a Phillips driver. I'll be right back. Then she says, rip me with your man thing. And I went, I got up out of bed, and I'm running around the room laughing. You ever laugh so hard you can't get the air back into your body, and you think you're going to pass out? And I said, man thing, this, and rip you? Rip you, honey, I may be doing damage, but I'm not tearing anything down there, you know? So we spent that night together. A couple days later, she called me up and she told me that her boyfriend, who I thought was just a roommate, had slapped her around. And I told her, you need to get out of the house right away. Don't stick around because it's going to escalate. And she said, well, you know, I don't think it's that bad a thing. I said, you went on national television and told everybody basically that we went to not a hotel, a restaurant. That's what she said. I said, of course he's going to be pissed. And she said, all right, call me tomorrow. I called her the next day and the phone was disconnected. Never heard from her again. Had private investigators look for her. She disappeared. So one of two things happened. Either he got really upset and he killed her and she's lying in a ditch in an unmarked grave somewhere, or she realized that she told 6 million people that she had sex with me, and out of embarrassment she killed herself. So I don't know what happened. Really? Yeah, but that's the truth. See, I don't have to write shit anymore. I stopped writing jokes like 12 years ago. That's why I like getting out. I like coming to clubs where, you know, there's a bunch of hot women and there's a couple guys sitting right up front. You know, 2 with no hair and 1 who's barely got any left. And, but we already established you guys are not gay, right? You're not either? You suck a dick, but you won't swallow. I know, it's all right. Because if you guys were in gay, if you guys were in San Francisco, you'd be blowing each other right now. You really would. And see, the girls are going, hey, I'd like to see that. Why is it the women like to see gay guys having sex? I don't get that. I think of this together and it's like, you know, I gag when I brush my teeth, so I don't know. These girls, they got magic powers. So we got some birthdays over there. Who's the birthday people? You on the end, what's your name? Marie, and how old are you, Marie? 33. Wow, you look good. Happy birthday. And the other one? Becky. You said your name twice, or did your friend help you because you're really drunk? And how old are you, Becky? Older? So you're 34. Just play along, Becky. Just say, yeah, that's what it is, Louie. I'm 34. So it's great. Your girlfriends got together, give you a little birthday party, and did they tell you that you were getting you a stripper? Yeah. Yeah, that you're kind of disappointed it turned out to be me, but, yeah. And then we got... Yeah, I'll be out in a couple of minutes. Get your dollar bills out, okay? But don't try to make change, all right? Once it goes in there, what goes in the pants stays in the pants. Yeah. Now, I know we got a lot of couples over here. We got some couples. You guys met her on Match.com. And you guys, you seem to be hitting it off. This is nice. She likes you. I saw her reach under the table. She scratched her balls a little while. That was very nice. Yeah, that's good. Well, you know, she's checking to make sure he doesn't leave in the car. And, yeah, or her mouth. And, sorry. Well, I say that out loud. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Look, Debbie, you're kissing right now. That is good. Go ahead, give me another kiss. Come on, really good, long kiss. Now, let her taste the food you're eating. That's good. Now, grab a little kitty. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. He almost did that. Me first? All right. No, I don't want to do that because it would be all over for me. I go, well, I'm done. Thank you very much. You know, to me, premature ejaculation is if I come before I get my pants down. That's the way it is with me. Because like I said, I'm 61 years old. I broke up with my wife almost 2 years ago, and I just do not. A relationship to me is just so foreign. All I want is my daughter, and I've been doing really good. 3 weeks after I left my wife, and I haven't told this story because it's just so bizarre. 3 weeks after I left my wife, I was on stage at a place called the Hollywood Hotel. Guess where it was? In Hollywood. And what's weird is the place actually has a sign, a green sign that says Hollywood Hotel, the Hotel of Hollywood. And I forgot, oh yeah, Hollywood, where everybody's a fucking moron. I mean, they are so stupid. So I'm on stage, and I say, yeah, I left my wife, I was married 20 years, and I got a little daughter. And a woman comes up to me, sits down, puts her hands on my leg, and goes, I'm really sorry about your loss. I said, well, I'll be all right, I'll survive. She goes, well, you want to go upstairs, smoke some pot, watch TV, and go to bed? And, you know, I use my voice for a living, so I tried to be cool. So I looked over and said, sure, why not? So I had her go upstairs first because I didn't want anybody to see me leaving with her. So she went up to her room, and I go up there, and she opens the door, she's completely naked. And I got an instant erection. And it was like whiplash. I don't know if it's, you know, like you fire a gun, the black guys know what I'm talking about. It's like recoil. It went this way, I went that way, and I went, wow, how you doing? Hello, what's up? So we jumped in the bed, we're playing around, all of a sudden she just rolls over, puts her legs over the side of the bed, and rolls on her stomach. And I got up behind her and I put a condom on because, like I said, I usually always wear them. Well, I don't really have two on, just one. And I put my hand on her back, and I tried to be nice, and I looked down and I said, I just want you to know you're the first strange poontang I've had in 20 years. Is that nice? Is that sweet? And she does this. She goes, thank you. Thank you very much. And she put her face back down in the pillow, and I high-fived myself. I just could not believe it. And so, like, about 4 minutes later, we're laying there sleeping. And, I'm exaggerating, 3 minutes later, and anyway, I fell asleep, and I wake up, and I'm on my back, and she's laying there with her head on my stomach, but she's facing that way, and I'm faced with the dilemma that guys always go through. You know what I'm talking about? They're sleeping, and you just want to just edge the head down, just push it down. And I started to do that, and all of a sudden she started to snore. She's going, and I'm thinking, hey, the vibration could make it interesting. And then she goes, and I'm going, oh, no, I've already been circumcised once. So I didn't, and I climbed out, and I go to creep out the door, and she sits up and says the 3 words that you never want to hear from somebody you're not involved with. I love you. It's a good thing I wear plastic pants, because I shit myself at that point, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't really wear them, but it freaked me out. Did you ever see in the cartoons when the character runs and there's smoke coming up and they're not going anywhere? That was me. Carpet is tearing under my feet. I got out, get in my car, I called 13 comedians. 13, because all my friends are comics, they all said the same thing. I can't believe it, you got laid? One actually said, whoa, Kurtz got laid. So I just want to remind you, guys, I don't care how depressed you are, how lonely you are, just remember one thing. If I can get laid, anybody can get laid. Just remember that, just a little motivation for you guys. Although you guys are all in shape, you know. You look at, you lift weights and you just chew gum for a living. And, put it on that fucking shit! You're quitting? Good, I got him to quit. Alright. Yeah. Well, I know we do a lot of couples here, a lot of people. Anybody here will admit they're in love? Wow. Over here? That was good. It's like at tables with couples, only one hand went up. Did you see that? That was weird. That was weird. See, he's discussing it with her now, and she's going, you stupid piece of shit. Just say, no, honey, I really love you. I really do. Just say it. What?
I was the woo.
Oh, you were the woo. Oh, you just made the noise. All right, that's good. All right, and how many people are just using each other? Where are those people at? Let's find out. Like, you guys here, are you guys in love, or are you just fucking? You just in love and fucking. That's you just love fucking. Is that it? All right, that's good. You got some twisted fucking women in this. But this is great. I love this. This is great. I love the hotel. This place is nice for staying here. I got a mini suite with, you know, refrigerator and a microwave and a door, which is really nice. Because I've stayed in some bad places. I stayed in a Motel .6. That was really bad. Yeah, it was right next to a second best Western. You're welcome. But, yeah, it's a great, you know, they have a hot tub and a heated pool 24 hours a day. So tonight, after I get done karaokeing, I'm going to be in the hot tub. So if anybody wants to come down, if you have a vagina, I just want to restrict it. You know, because I don't want to be just sitting there in the hot tub and all of a sudden I turn around. Hey, how you doing? I need to see that. Whoa! Get that away from my face. You're going to put somebody's eye out with that. But then on Sunday, I got to fly back to LA, and I'm on one of those little planes, and those little planes are small. I mean, the one I came up here on was so small. Beverage service, the pilot popped open a can of Coke and goes, "Anybody want some?" And you can tell when your pilot's drinking, because they're still doing that. You know when your pilot's had too much to drink when he gets on the air. Good morning, good evening, hi. This is your pilot. My name is Robert, and I'll be flying this bucket of nuts today at an altitude of 30,000 feet. What? All right, 35,000 feet. What? All right, really fucking high. And we should be. What are you screaming about, man? Just calm down. We just shh. Shut up. We're wondering if you could do us a favor and look down at the ground and see if anything down there looks familiar to you. Because we're lost. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. What is it now? Oh, where'd you get the joint, man? I'm already wasted. Yeah, you're right. Who's gonna know? Okay, lock the door. I need a light. I need a light. Joey, let go of the wheel for a minute. Give me a light, man. Yeah, so sit back and enjoy the flight, goods. We're stopping off in Tijuana. You ever use a bathroom on a plane? It's scary for everybody. I know ladies do not use airplane toilets. In fact, most of you will not even sit down on a public toilet. Couple reasons. They're disgusting. Another reason, they don't have locks on the doors. I hear this from women all the time. You gotta stick your keys in there, or your purse, you gotta sit with your leg up or something to hold the door shut. The airplane toilet will scare anybody. Women don't use them at all. In fact, what women do with most toilets is they go in, they look at it first, they wipe it off, then they start to squat, they get to, I think it's 48 degrees. You lock your knees and you hover. Right? Now what this has done is given birth to a whole new breed of women. Women with these incredibly strong thighs, which I affectionately call skull crackers. And I'm not complaining, my ears used to stick out a lot more than they do now. I have no problem talking to the man in the little boat for hours at a time. But the bathroom toilet there is, it's just a sound because it works with air. It just sounds like it's going to grab you by the butt, suck you down into it, you're going to let the shoes float in the water there, and they're going to be blue at that point. It's scarier for guys because we're standing there in this little moving room trying to navigate while the plane's moving. We're working with torque and trajectory. Suddenly the plane hits some turbulence, that little wall in front of our head goes. Now we're Apollo the dancing fountain. And guys can't just stop on command. Once we get it going down there, it's like the Mississippi River. You hear a guy who's been holding it for a while, we all make the same sound. Oh!